Hey guys, welcome to week 2 of What's Your Plan for 2022. I hope you enjoyed last week. We are going to not waste much time because we've got a packed schedule today. So I will just do a quick review. I hope last week too, did you have a breakthrough? I hope that helped you to break through your barriers and your excuses to let's just do it. I gave you a few examples, of you could do the mind mapping, you could make yourself a roadmap, and I also gave you my template, my golden ladder, So how are you doing? Were you able to drill down and get a little bit of clarity on that? Last week I gave you the example with relationships. This week we're going to do diet and exercise because that is one of the number one things that most of us make as our New Year resolution, right? It's our diet and exercise. So I'm going to drill down on that one today. Next week on the 19th, we're going to talk about getting out of debt and building wealth. So you don't want to miss that one, because we don't want to have the debt like a noose around our neck. We want to be free and free to do everything that we want to do in life, and then to have good retirement, to plan. So we're going to talk about that. So next Saturday, and then the following Saturday, the fourth week, we're going to talk about spiritual fitness and growth, how to grow your inner man. So make sure to mark your calendars. But today, get your pen and paper out, and like I said, everything will be posted in the private Facebook group. So if you have not signed up to be part of my spiritual fitness trainer group, I'll have all the contact information at the end. Make sure you do that, okay? Because that's where you'll find the replays, that's where you'll find these worksheets, that's where you'll find the PowerPoint presentations, okay, to go through it again, because I know it's a lot of information I'm going to throw at you, and I'm not going to be reading every word on the slides. So you can go back through it and make sure you don't miss anything, okay? So I'm going to share my screen again so we can get started on the slides and get going here. You can also see that I've got some, I have some supplements over here that I want to share with you. Anyway, what's your plan? If you can't tell me, you don't have one. And that's what this is all about. Last week, we talked about these steps, and I'll just quickly go over them. Number 1, you have to map it. Make up your mind. What do you want to do? We've got to drill it down to the what, when, where, why, and how. And then you have to do the due diligence, the planning and the prepping part. Then you've got to actually get in the car and drive, right? Once you've made up your mind where you're going, like a vacation, what are you going to do? You got to get in the car and drive. This is a doing stage. You got to go. It's never going to happen unless you leave your house and get off the couch and start doing it. And then you got to drive. Stay in the present and keep it in the middle of the road. Step 3 is to track it. This is the direction stage. You're looking. Are you on the right road? You navigate. You've got to navigate to stay on course, to make sure you don't get off course, and then you have to track it to make sure that you didn't miss a turn. If you do, you got to make a U-turn, and you use your map. This is your map, your road map. Just like you have to have a road map in the car, we have to have one for our life, whether we're losing weight, getting out of debt, repairing our marriage or relationship, or getting a new degree, starting a business, whatever it is that we're planning on doing, making a goal. So anyway, we use our map, and then we make adjustments as needed. And then 4, you made it to your destination. Congratulations, you arrived safe and sound. So map it, drive it, track it, and then park it, okay? So I don't want to, you can go back and watch the first replay on that. This is the example I gave last week on relationships. So that is also on there. I'm not going to go over it, but you keep drilling down. So today we're going to drill down on health and wellness. on, at least diet and exercise. And everyone knows, I mean, we all say it, it's not just a diet, it's a lifestyle change, because it has to be here in our mind, that we have to make up our mind, and in our heart. And all of that comes to your why. That's why I have the why starred there, because you have to know why you want to do this, because that keeps you focused. Okay, we are visually guided and voice activated, so we have to focus what it is that we want. So I'm going to read this one. Your what? And this is just an example, and I have a blank one in the Facebook group. So print the blank one out, and you can use it for anything you want. I just changed the pictures according to what we're talking about, but you can put your own pictures in there. But what is it that you're going to do? Okay, we're focused on our health and wellness in this one. I want to live a long, joyful, peaceful life in good health at my optimum weight, with strong muscles and bones, a healthy heart. I don't want any disease. I want a sharp mind, good eyesight, and no allergies. That's a good what, right? Okay. When am I going to start? I'm going to start on Monday. Actually, probably it should be Tuesday, because February 14th, this is Sarah Beth here. My husband's taking me out to dinner, so probably not on the 14th, but the 15th, because I want to show myself some love. We only have one body, right? So we got to take care of it. And then where is this going to be? It's everywhere. I don't just practice this at home and not when I go out to eat, or practice it when I'm at work, whatever. It's all the time, because it's my body is my body all the time. And my why is I only have one body to last for a lifetime, so it must be a priority. And most of us, that doesn't hit us or register until we're older, because when we're younger, I mean, we look great, we feel great, we don't have to, we get plenty of exercise because we're out and about, and we have so much energy. But as we start aging, everything starts changing and moving around, and our metabolism slows, and we have to do a little more, right? So, but if it would be great if we realized this when we were younger. I only have one body to last a lifetime, and it must be a priority, because it's not like a car that when it gets a lot of miles on it, that I can go change it out. I want to feel good, so my body does not ache or feel bloated or heavy. I want to feel confident and good about myself and comfortable in my shoes. I also help care for others, and I need to have a good working body to do that. I can't take care of them if I can't take care of me, right? Some of us are in that situation, especially if you have small children or elderly, family, parents, whatever, that live with you. And then how are you going to do that? Now, I mentioned last week this how is, and the why, probably once you fill out page 2 will help you come back to page 1, because we really drill down to figure out how we're going to do this on page 2. So, but after I go through that, then you can paste your answers on page 1. Well, I'm going to do this by eating a lean and green meal 6 days a week, carbs only 2 times a week, and one free day on the weekend. I'm going to exercise 5 days a week. I'm going to drink 8 to 10 glasses of water a day, or half my body weight in ounces. I'm not going to be a workaholic. I need more balance. I need to do something fun and rest. Find balance. My body's not a machine. I can be a workaholic, so I need balance in that area. I need to get 6 to 8 hours of sleep per night and not stay up till midnight working. Trying to push, get deadlines going. Start winding my body down at least an hour before going to bed, not on my computer or my phone, or doing something that's stimulating my brain. Read a book, just start winding down, take a bath, whatever. Use lotion and sunscreen protection on my body. We forget about that. The skin is the biggest organ on our body. Show it some love. Okay, so let's move over to page 2 on my golden ladder. For those who weren't here last week, you're going to keep drilling down and adding another step until it's doable. Okay, like getting out of your pit. You're starting at the bottom and this looks impossible. How am I going to do this? But we're going to keep drilling down and adding steps until we can step up out of our ladder, out of our pit or our hole. And it's like the map that you're connecting the dots like this. If you're making a map to go on vacation, you can't leave any connection out, right? Or else you won't be able to get to your destination. So that's what we're doing. And I have 3 different columns here that I'm working on in this particular instance. If you need more, just print another copy of the blank page and do more categories. Number 1, in this first, we're talking about eating, what we're eating. And then the second column is about exercising. The third column, as you can see, is about rest for my soul, my inner man. Okay. So under diet, number 1, we need to take daily vitamins and a probiotic. And I'm going to drill down on that a little bit with all the vitamins I have over here. No sugar. Get off the sugar. It rests your joints. Plus, some cancers have been, they eat sugar. So that's a big point for all of us and reason to get off sugar. We don't want to feed cancer, right? Okay. I'm going to eat in the second step there. I'm going to eat lean and green. Well, how? See, that's where we're drilling down. How am I going to do that? What do I mean by that? I'm going to have 4 vegetables a day, 3 fruit, 2 lean proteins, 2 starches, and 1 fat. Okay. My vegetables, I can either, 1 serving is going to be 1 cup raw or ½ cup cooked. My fruit is only going to be berries, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, an orange. I can do like the little tangerine type oranges, or if it's a big navel orange, I'll cut it in half, or grapefruit half. And then apple, green apples are the best. 2 lean proteins in 6 to 8 ounce servings, not big portions, guys. Eggs, I can eat eggs, cottage cheese, or proteins. My starches would be brown rice, not white rice, not white of anything. Same thing on the potatoes. Go with red potatoes or sweet potatoes. No more than twice a week on the rice or and small portions, like ½ cup max. Okay. And then 1 fat, talking about the butter, and then good oils. Oils are good for us, and the oils are nuts, could be coconut oil or olive oil, things like that. MCT oil, wheat germ oil, there's all kind of oils. Then on the third rung, I'm going to drink water, 8 to 10 glasses of water a day. As you can see, I've got my water right here. I always have a glass of water on my desk. Well, how am I going to do that? Well, I can make sure I'm just keeping up with the time to refill my glass every hour. If an hour has passed, it's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. If I haven't drank that, I'm going to have to guzzle it and then go fill it up again. Or like my husband does, he just puts, 5 bottles of water out there every day. And he knows when he goes through those bottles, he's drank all of his water for the day. So you can do that, whatever works for you. If you have a container that you use, you can use lemon water. I drink lemon water all day. Or you can use, I make up a packet of Crystal Light, and it makes a whole container. And this one is strawberry, orange, banana, but they have all different kinds. And you can fill the whole thing up with water and just put just a tad. I mean like a tad, not half or a third of a glass, just a little bit to give you a little color or a little taste to it, if you like. No fruit drinks or juices. They are loaded with sugar. Okay. Try to stick to water. And so I'm going to drink my water, filtered water too. Snacks. What kind of snacks am I going to have? I'm going to have shakes. I can have protein shakes. I can also do greens. Greens are good for you. That'll be a shake in the blender. I can do apple with, apple or celery, and use almond butter. I like this one. You just want to make sure there's no added sugar or salt. Okay. Just make sure it's naturally, they can be naturally ground up too, but you want to try to get rid of as much sugar as you can. And then nuts or boiled eggs, like I mentioned a while ago, those are good for you. Try not to do dry roasted nuts. Try to do natural nuts, not peanuts either. Peanuts really aren't a nut. So try to do something like almonds or macadamia nuts or something like that. And that, the protein helps fill you up and it helps make you not hungry. So that's why you want protein. And the protein shakes, you can get, I'm allergic to dairy, so I do the plant protein. You can also do that, not the whey protein. For me, Sarah Beth here, I'm going to do tea versus coffee because coffee gives me GERD, okay, and then which is heartburn, and it's causing other issues, so I don't want that. So I'm going to drink herbal tea. One of the herbal teas, now the brand is Ticino. They have it like this, and they also have it, and I forgot to bring it up here, but the ground, and you just make it just like coffee, and it has it's natural herbal tea. This is one that I tried, but the one I drink all the time is the hazelnut or the vanilla nut. Either one are really, really good. And then this is a good creamer, leaner creamer to put in there that's non-dairy. I also use nut pods, which is non-dairy, but whatever works for you, so this particular, I'm drinking herbal tea, and then no sugar, no honey, no artificial sweeteners of any kind. And like I said, I can just put this in there, and that works for me, that and the nut pods. You get it with you can get it in the dairy section, or you can get it with the regular creamer, and then non-dairy creamer, because I don't want dairy for me. Okay, then so I'm drilling down, so I hope that helps you a little bit on the exercise. I'm gonna, and you need to be specific. I'm going to exercise 5 times a week. I want to make sure I walk every day, Monday through Friday, 45 minutes around the neighborhood or on my treadmill at 6:30 in the morning. I want to do strength training 3 times a week on my Total Gym. I'm going to use the beginner's workout because it's like 6 to 8 minutes. I mean, you just knock it out in no time. I also need to do shoulders because I've had rotator cuff surgery. And I also do the 6 weeks body makeover by, I believe it's Michael Thurman, but it's really good because I like that program because he drills down for your body type, and you have a notebook that you know exactly what you need to do to whatever, strengthen your shoulders, your back, your gut, trim your hips. So that's a good one. I'm going to do that 3 times a week, and it follows. It tells me exactly what I need to do, the half upper body, half lower body. Stretching, I need to make sure I stretch because I'm sitting at a computer most of the time and I'm not really moving. So I'm going to get up at lunch. When I do lunch, I'm going to get on the Total Gym, the cycler, 5 times a week, just at lunch for 15 minutes and cycle, try to get my legs going. I'm going to, stand up at my stand-up desk every hour. And I have a stand-up desk, but use my standing desk, get up and move and stretch every hour. And then do a good stretching routine 3 times a week. I also am going to work in more playtime, actually to play tennis on the weekend. Dave and I can go play tennis, ride our bikes twice a week. I ride my bike after work, play volleyball with the kids, work in the yard. I love working in the yard with plants and stuff. I can go hiking with my family. So, Sarah Beth, this is the example we're working on. Whatever works for you. What do you like to do? Just move. Movement is the thing. So, whatever you like to do that doesn't feel like work to you, do it. And then inner rest for my soul, because we're talking about health and wellness. And our soul, and we're going to go over this the last week, there's spirit, soul, and body. And our soul is our mind, will, and emotions. And that's the guy that causes us all the trouble. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to quote the word and stay focused on the word, because that's going to help me stay focused and get my mind on Jesus and on the Lord and how he is going to help me, not on my problem. Just like the Israelites, do the giants look huge and we look like grasshoppers to them, or are we making our problems look, so big? Or does our God look so big and, he can handle the problem? So we need to stay focused on our God and how big he is, and that he loves us and wants to help us. And we're not doing this alone. So I'm going to be staying focused on 1 Peter 5, 7, and 8. I'm going to cast all my care on him, for he cares for me, and that he's taking care of everything that concerns me. That's the last one. Jesus said, come to me, all you who are heavy laden, I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for my yoke is easy and burden is light, and you'll find rest for your soul. That's the problem. Our soul, our mind, will, and emotions are agitated. So that's the guy that needs to just chill out. I'm going to remind myself, I'm going to read Matthew 6, 25 through 34 every day. All those, I'm just going to read them. Write them on a sheet of paper so I can easily have them and not have to look them up, and just read it. Where it said our Heavenly Father knows what we need. If he takes care of the birds and the fish and the the squirrels and everything else, the lilies of the field, how much more will he not take care of us who are his children, right? So I know he loves me. I'm his child, and just like we would our children, wouldn't we? We're not going to let them starve to death, or their clothes are getting too short for them, or we're going to buy them more. So I know my Father loves me too. And then I also know that it's a team effort, the vine and the branches. I'm not alone. And I know that without him, I'm, dead in the water, that I'm trusting him to take care of me and help me. So that's part of it. The second part is I'm going to change the script that's going on in here. Like Joyce Meyer says, the battlefield of the mind. And the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to recognize the spirits. Is it negative? It's, that I can't do this, or I'm too weak, or I'm too old, or I'm too tired, or, what's the negative script that's going on in our mind? I'm not going to listen to that one. Just like if you had somebody come to your door that was trying to pull a fast one on you and they wanted to come in and rob you, you're going to recognize who's at the door and slam the door and say, you ain't coming in here. Don't open your mind to the wrong spirits and then invite them in to entertain them. You don't want to do that. Okay. So recognize the spirits, keep them out. Only match what God says. If God says, I can do all things through Christ, I can do all things through Christ. If he says, don't worry about it, I'm going to take care of you, then I'm not going to worry about it. He said he'd take care of me. Actually believe what he said. Actually believe the word. If he said it, believe him. Okay. Say what you want, not what you don't want. We have to match God's words. It says, anyway, you'll have what you say. We eat our words, literally. So make sure to put a guard on your mouth, zip it, throw the key away. If you can't, put a piece of tape over your mouth if you can't keep your mouth shut. But only say what you want. Don't say, I'm going to have lupus like my mother did, or I'm going to have arthritis like my dad did, or die of a heart attack. Like, don't say that kind of stuff, or I'll never be able to lose weight. Zip it. That's negative. Only say what God says, and then think on good things. The next thing, relaxation. I've got to go faster here. Pick something, take a bubble bath twice a month, a monthly spa treatment, nail treatment, cuddle up and watch a movie with your family, and then get out in the great outdoors, relax by the pool or by the beach, take a leisurely ride, go shopping with a friend, help others. That'll make you feel better. So, you see, keep drilling down, and then the cost versus the rewards, or the pain and the gain. This is a real eye-opener to me when I added this step. So don't shortchange that. Because that really helps give you your why. Okay. I'm doing this because if I don't do nothing, I'm going to be overweight. My clothes are going to be fitting tight. I'm going to be embarrassed about how I look. I'm going to be hurting. My body's going to be aching, dealing with sinus problems, just lethargic and dragging. Increased sickness, disease, allergies, heartburn, weak and tired, no energy. I'm just dragging all the time. It's going to shorten my lifespan. I have digestive problems, gas, bloating, constipation, sleep problems, not sleeping good, tossing, turning. Then you're going to have more prescription, doctor's bills, hospital stays, and I just don't feel good about myself, right? So we want to get out of that pain. We don't want that. So this is why we're going to do this. The rewards, the game. I've lost the weight. My clothes fit. They're loose fitting. Yay! I feel great about myself. I love being lean. Lean feels better than chocolate taste, right? Than fat taste. I have more energy to do what I want. I sleep better. I'm sleeping sound. I'm not tossing and turning. My hot flashes have reduced. My tummy's flat. No more digestive issues. No more allergies. I'm going to live a long, healthy life and be able to enjoy my friends and my family. And I spend less money on medications and medicines and bills, right? Can you see how that by drilling down, it makes it doable? You know exactly what you're doing. That's your roadmap. Your roadmap. You know how you're going to get there because you connected all the dots. And you can easily see the rewards of doing this and staying on target versus getting off track. So I encourage you, to really drill down on this, and it'll help you to do it. And then just like that step is track it. I use this Fuel Your Soul journal. I found this at Staples actually this year, and I was like, this is really cool. And that's what a page looks like. I scanned it. It just helps you stay. You need to track it to make sure that you're doing what you say you want to do, because if you don't follow your roadmap, then you're not going to get to where you're going, right? And this one, it just helps you keep focused. Your goals for the day, your motivation, emotionally, nutritionally, the good and bads of the day, and then check off your waters to make sure you're getting that, staying positive. And then on the right, that's where I eat. That's where I put what I'm eating, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For me, that's where I keep up with it. So that's a great little tool. Just generally speaking, and there's a lot of different diets out there, but generally speaking, across the board, the good of most of the diets is, buy whole foods, fresh fruits and vegetables, the healthier that you can, you'll be healthier by buying whole foods. You don't want processed foods. And then use healthy oils. Your body's either going to be burning starches or carbohydrates, or oil, fat. So it's either one or the other. And if you give it too many, if you're going to run on carbohydrates, then you don't need a lot of oils or fats. That needs to go down. If you're going to run on fats, then you don't need a lot of carbohydrates. So whatever diet you choose, just know that your body runs on one or the other. And if you got too much of both of them, you're not going to lose weight. Drink 8 to 10 glasses of water a day. Lean meats, no processed meats. That means you don't buy lunch meat at the deli. You buy a chicken and you make it yourself, or a turkey. Bake it in the oven, slice it up yourself. The hot dogs, whatever. Eliminate sweets, fried foods, processed foods, pasta, breads, dairy. Some of the diets really push the dairy because of the probiotics. If that works for you, that doesn't work for me. But listen to your body is the main thing. Listen to your body. And I'll do a timeout here, a disclaimer. I am not a licensed nutritionist. I am not a doctor. I am not a practitioner. I'm not giving you, please check with your doctor before you start any diet or exercise program. I'm just giving you examples and giving you tips of what has worked for me. Okay. Reduce starchy carbs, red meat, and salt. Salt helps you retain water. That's not good for you. So not only this, get rid of the sweets, but the salt. Replace the whites with the browns. Sugar, flour, gluten-free pasta, that type thing. Okay. When to buy organic. You've got, I don't know if you've heard, I haven't got the 2022 list yet, but here's the 2021, the Dirty Dozen list and the Clean 15. The Dirty Dozen list are those that you really, that have the most pesticides on them. So those really need to be organic, okay? That's strawberry, spinach, kale, you can see there. And then the Clean 15 are the ones that have the least pesticides. So, you know, if you can't buy all of them organic, you can get away with buying these in the grocery store. Okay, I'm not going to list them because you can see it. I'm trying to fly through this. Vitamins. Make sure you have a multivitamin. You know, just the basics, you know, A, B, C, D, E, calcium, iron, zinc, just, you know, your basic vitamins. That helps give you energy. We have to, just like plants outside, we use fertilizer. We got to fertilize ourselves, you know, Miracle-Gro. One of the main important ones are your B vitamins. They help your energy levels, brain functions, your metabolism of your cells, help prevent infections, and support cell health. Out of the 13 vitamins that your body needs, 8 of them are B vitamins. So I would say they're pretty important, okay? And then antioxidants. What are antioxidants? They help us fight free radicals. Well, why is that important? Because free radicals are linked to multiple diseases like diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. How do you get antioxidants? Fresh fruits, vegetables, and other plant-based whole foods. It's also in vitamins E and C. And then there's also, we get stress from our environment there, as you can see, you know, air pollution, cigarettes, alcohol, toxins, high blood sugar levels, radiation, bacterial, fungal, and viral infections. And then I wanted to highlight those two: excessive intake of iron, magnesium, copper, and zinc, and then excessive intake of antioxidants such as C and E. Too much or too little oxygen in your body, and intense exercise, prolonged, you know, causes damage. I tend to be, my mom does too, a light breather. So I know I need to work on that to get, you know, I get so focused and I'm not really breathing very well to every hour, just take a few deep breaths, you know, that would help. On the vitamins though, I do this, and I'm getting ready to do this again. I do it try to do it at the beginning of every year when I redo my budget, is a lot of the multivitamins, this is not my multivitamin, but a lot of the vitamins have, you know, A and C and zinc and magnesium and some of the same things in there. Well, you don't want to take too much. See, excessive intake of antioxidants causes free radicals. You don't want, so get a sheet of paper, and down the left side, write what the vitamins are. And then across the top, put what supplements you're taking and vitamins, and then check and, you know, put how many milligrams or whatever. So you can see, are you taking more than you need? You don't want, you know, and then see what the daily recommended allowance is as well. Fighting inflammation. This is another biggie in our society today. Inflammation, it's your body recognizing anything that's foreign. And that causes, as you can see, a lot of diseases again: cancer, heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, depression, Alzheimer's, chronic inflammation. So we really, really need to eat foods that fight inflammation. I have some listed here: tomatoes, fish, nuts, olive oil, leafy greens, and fatty fish. Look at the foods down there. Is that not what a lot of us eat? Fried foods, you know, hamburger and fries, sandwiches, lard, you know, butter, sodas. pizza. We need to get rid of those type foods. What type foods are good for that? Like a Mediterranean diet, for instance, high in fruits, vegetables, nuts, whole grains, fish, and healthy oils. So you're going to use that when you're making your list here, okay? And a few supplements that I wanted to share really quick with you for inflammation. I wanted to back up. I mentioned also a body cleanse would be good. This is Renew Life, and you can start off with the total body cleanse. You do that first. That's step one, to do a whole body cleanse. I'm doing this Candida cleanse, which is for bacteria, like we had mentioned earlier, growth in your digestive part. So there's a Candida cleanse, or they have a parasite cleanse too. And then third, you do the liver detox. Okay, so this is a good brand to use. Brenda Watson, she came up with this. I think she sold the company, and I'll show you her book in a minute. But I would encourage you to do that, do a body cleanse. Inflammation, this is one that I use. It's Terry's Naturally Cure Med. And see, it says it uses curcumin, and it's up to 500 times stronger than turmeric. So all of this stuff you can get from the health food store. But I just want to show you, I've used Zyflamin too for brain. You can use Prevagen or Focus Factor. I like this one. Or Ginkgo biloba. CoQ10, Doctor's Best, or Gero formulas, or ubiquinol. Where's Doctor's Best? I don't think I have that up here with me. As we age, our CoQ10 levels decrease, and that's also good for our brain. You can research that one, but that's a good one that helps me out. And then omega oils. I wish I brought this one up. Berlian's Total Omega. That one tastes so good. They have like strawberry and they have peach. I mean, you can just like take a tablespoon and eat it. You don't need to put it in a shake or nothing. It's really good. Magnesium. Magnesium, our bodies also, as we age, decreases in magnesium. This helps with, I use a couple different kinds. This Natural Vitality, this is called Natural Calm. And this is the raspberry lemon kind. See, it says the anti-stress drink. It does help calm you down. You can put this in one of your waters. It is real tart. So just a little bit, maybe in several different water bottles, but that will give you a little taste. And then I will also caution you, you don't want to put that much because it is good to help you go to the bathroom. If you have constipation too, it'll help keep you regular. Lane Labs H2Go, that's magnesium tablets, which will help you go to the bathroom. And another one is the Solaray magnesium, potassium. I have another one that's got bromelain in it. But those, you do need some magnesium, and make sure that you're using the daily allowance that you're supposed to. Digestive enzymes. You want digestive enzymes because they help you digest your food, okay? And especially if you, even our bodies, if we go to the doctor, we have sinus infection and they give us amoxicillin or a steroid pack or whatever, it's killing our good bacteria. And so we have to build that back up. And for that, you need a good probiotic. There again, this is the same Brenda Watson's, the Renew Life. She made this Vital Planet, Vital Flora. There's different kinds. I use this one. It's for women that's 50 or over, whatever. So, and it not only has, it's got 55 or 60 billion cultures and 60 strains, but it has 7 prebiotics too that feed the probiotics. So you can check out that brand. And the one that you want to look for, I have to get my glasses to read this because they're so small, is the REU, I believe it's TERI, the lactobacillus, and then REU TERI. You just want to make sure that your probiotic has that kind in it. Okay, that's the good kind to help restore your gut. And then you also may need this Nature's Lining right here. Sometimes if you have either irritable bowel syndrome or have issues, you may have a little hole in your lining. And this Nature's Lining, if you take that for 3 or 4 months, that will help restore that. I've had issues where, it's like you have a floating like pain, after you eat or whatever. You could get a pain up here in your chest, you could get it underneath your arm, you could get it in your back. And to me, that's when I've got a leak somewhere, and it's, down in my gut, and it's floating up and getting trapped. So that's good for that. And then the enzymes, Doctor's Best enzymes here is good. And then I use Melaleuca enzymes as well. But you want to make sure you take these before you eat. Okay, so just take one before you eat. Digestive enzymes, Nature's Way. Megazymes are very, very good. I've used those for years too. The prebiotic, probiotic, joints. You guys know as we get older too. I use Cosamin DS is the one I like. I don't particularly like the other one, but you just want to make sure it's got glucosamine, and another one is you want HA in it, hyaluronic acid. Tendons, for me, especially those who are at a desk or you're doing a repetitive motion all the time, is Myotone by Nature's Way. And that one, it's good for your joints and tendons, or your tendons. If you have tennis elbow, if you have golfer's elbow, if you have carpal tunnel, that you won't have to have surgery. You can take that, and you start off taking 2 for breakfast, 2 for lunch, and 2 for supper. But you can wean it back. Do that for like 2-3 weeks to get it in your system good, and then wean it back, and you can take whatever 2 or 4 a day. But another exercise is, if you will just put your arms by your side, your elbows, and then go up and down and up and down. Do that 25 times, and then also put your arms like this, and then go back and forth, left and right, up and down 25 times a day. That will help. My arms used to ache all the time because I was on the mouse. Your hands are like this. So do those exercises. I would do them in the car on the, I'm steering or at a red light or something, and that helps so your arms aren't just aching. I support, especially if you're on the computer all day, something that has lutein in it. A good one is Nature's Plus Ageless Eye Support. I use NutriView, which is Melaleuca, which I've taken for 30 years. Sugar cravings. I don't have the bottle for that one, but it's Terry's Naturally Sucontrol D. And I remember it like Sugar Control, but that one is wonderful. Take one in the morning and one at night. And if you really have a problem with sugar and you want to get off of it, that will help take care of the sugar craving. You won't even crave sugar. And then also when you're trying, when you change over, just stick with it and tell your body, your soul, this is what we're doing, bud. So get used to it. You can go kicking and screaming or not, but this is what we're doing. You're the parent, your spirit's the parent, your soul's the child. But, just like you as a parent won't let your child eat all this candy before they have dinner, you got to do the same thing to your soul. So make sure that you, anyway, the Sue control will help with the sugar cravings. And then for weight loss, the L-carnitine, it is. L-carnitine, this is Jarrow's brand. That will help with that. It'll kind of help pull it off a little bit quicker. And then I also, with Melaleuca again, I take Nutritherm. But something to get your, metabolism burning a little quicker. And then I also, for those women, I've taken several for hot flashes and night sweats, and also, ladies, I didn't know this, but irritability, irritability, which goes into anger or rage, you're just so aggravated. That's part of menopause. So look at your health food store. I've used this Nature's Plus Ultra EFEM has helped me. I've used this Women's Sense MenoSense. I've used, it's called AM/PM Menopause. And then I've also used Change of Life. So, and for me anyway, it seems that I can use it for a few years and then my body kind of changes again. And then I switch it over to another one. So just whatever works for you. It's also helped me when I've gotten weight off as far as the night sweats or hot flashes, and also to cut my hair short. So, and then incontinence, especially for women. If you, as you get older, if you sneeze, sometimes a little comes out, or if you're jumping up and down or running or jogging, whatever, this will help with that. It's BioSeal. It's by Natural Factors. And I know what the bottle said. What the bottle says is like 5 or 6 drops, but put 20 drops in, your water or whatever, for 90 days, and that'll take care of that issue. You won't be leaking anymore. So I know that was a lot of stuff. I hope that's helped you. This book right here, I would suggest that everybody get this. This is what I've referred to. Like I said, this lady Brenda, she's the one that created that, and also the Vital Flora. I listened to her at a local health food store. This has a lot of information about your body and how it works, and I think will help you out. Also, another thing that's helped me is an iridologist. I use the alternative health food stores near Milton, Florida. Whenever I go to Pensacola, I always try to make an appointment with them. And it's where they look in your eye and they just read it like a tree trunk, and I mean, they can tell you everything about you. They'll look in your eye and say, well, it looks like you had surgery on that right shoulder, or you have problems with your knee or your back, or they'll tell you. You don't have to say nothing. They can look in your eye and tell you what you need, and then tell you what supplements you need to help with that. I've also had a live blood analysis at my local health food store, and they can, they take blood right there and put it under a microscope, and they can see it moving and, see how it coagulates and stuff, and be able to tell you, what vitamins or supplements you may be lacking in. So I hope all of that helps you. Also, just to wind this down and land this plane, I know this has been a lot of things that I've been throwing at you, but it's good stuff. It's things that helped me, and I just want to help you. Number one, you're not alone in this. It's not just you yourself doing it. Lean not, Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, lean not on your own understanding. And your own understanding is what? Your mind. Don't lean on your willpower, because you'll get to, sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's hard. You just can't quit something, my big thing for me was coffee. It was only 2 cups in the morning. It wasn't like I drank it all day long, but that's been very, very hard for me. And the Holy Spirit's had to help me with that. And he has helped me with that little by little. And like I showed you, this was huge for me because I was like, I don't like the taste of tea. Well, this is bold and it tastes like coffee, Well, then the same thing on the creamer, that I've been to be able to add this and to get off of the sugar. And, so the Holy Spirit will help you, but that's willpower. And then also feelings, your emotions, you don't feel like it. You don't feel like exercising or whatever. And then he's also said in that passage, acknowledge me and I'll direct your path. Follow the Spirit, not your flesh. Your flesh says, but I want candy. I want chocolate. I want, ice cream and chips. But when we listen to the Spirit, which is our inner guidance system, he will help us get to our destination to be able to follow our map and encourage us when our will is wanting to pull us away. And another thing that I've learned, it took me 25 years to learn these next 2 points, is apart from me, you can do nothing. John 15:5, right? The branch and the vine. I was such a do-it-yourselfer, always have been. I was like, oh no, I got this. No thanks, I'm good. And I had so much confidence in my flesh. I can do this. I can do anything. And that's what my dad always said. You just put your mind to it. I mean, you go from like 0 to 60, boom, you're like a horse out of the gate, and you're gone. You're heading for it, and you do it. I just, put my mind to it. But I've had to learn over 25 years that I can't do it. And I can't do anything without Christ. And that I don't put any confidence in my flesh, but I put it in him, and I know he'll help me. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And then teamwork makes it happen. I can't, but we can. And so you're not alone. Make sure it's, body, soul, spirit. It's all of you. It's the Holy Spirit helping you. That same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead dwells in us, and it will quicken our mortal body. And it says you'll hear a voice, behind you saying, this is the way, walk you in it. That's the Holy Spirit. It's God's Spirit. And if you've accepted Jesus as your Lord and Savior, your God, that's the whole point in having a God to help you, help us in this Christian life to be able to have a great life. And then the last question I have for you is when, honey, are you going to do this? And we're all like this. When the pain to remain the same is greater than the pain to change. And so many of us, we don't change until we go to the doctor and he says, you're going to be dead in a year if you don't change your diet. And then it's like, boom, the light goes on, or till when we find out that we have cancer and the doctor says, this is your diet, or you have heart disease. We're just like thick-headed, and we're letting our soul ruin our life instead of our spirit running our life. So I hope that what I've shown you has helped you to see the benefits. You've only got one body, so take care of it. Just do it. Just do it. Do it once and do it right. Thank you so much for joining me today. Here's how you can contact me. You can email me, Rhonda@spiritualfitnesstrainer.com. Make sure that you go to my Spiritual Fitness Trainer Facebook page, like me, follow me, ask to join the private group. I'll get you signed up, and then we'll have all the replays of the videos, the worksheets, and then you'll have a group of like-minded people, a community to help you and encourage you, and that we can trade tips just like I did today. What works for you, what hasn't worked for you. We all have experiences, so jump on in. And then there's my 2 websites, RhondaTharp.com and SpiritualFitnessTrainer.com. But thank you so much. Share it with a friend, get them to join too. The more the merrier. Let me get out of the screen sharing so I can say bye to you guys. There you go. But thank you so much. And join the Facebook group. Let me hear your comments. And don't forget to put me on a calendar for next week. We're going to get you out of debt, and get more money in your pocket than is going out the door. And then the last week on, which is the 26th, spiritual fitness trainer. We're going to grow our spirits because our spirit is the one who has to control our soul, who is wanting to eat things that are not good for them or to say what's on your mind. So we're going to learn how to grow that spirit man too. So love you guys. See you next week. Okay. Take care. Bye.